Pet Shop Boys star Neil Tennant recently voiced his discontent with today's music scene, declaring it a far cry from the creativity and depth of the 1980s. Describing current pop music as narcissistic and processed, Tennant argues that the true golden age of pop ended decades ago, marked by groundbreaking sounds from artists like Spandau Ballet, Culture Club, and New Order. The singer didn't hold back in his critique, singling out popular acts like Taylor Swift and Oasis for what he perceives as lacking the depth and innovation that defined his era. At the MTV European Music Awards in Manchester, Neil Tennant and his bandmate Chris Lowe, the iconic synth-pop duo behind the Pet Shop Boys, were honored with the inaugural Pop Pioneers Award. Recognized for their lasting influence on pop music, the duo performed a mashup of their hit West End Girls with David Bowie's All the Young Dudes, in a show-stopping moment that celebrated their decades-long dedication to musical creativity and originality. However, Tennant took this moment to reflect critically on today's music scene, expressing concern over what he sees as a shift towards overly processed sounds and self-focused lyrics that lack the ingenuity of the 1980s. Tennant's criticism of modern pop music didn't stop at its production style. He also called out today's lyrical focus, which he claims centers largely on the artist's own personal experiences, especially romantic relationships. Pointing to Taylor Swift as an example, Tennant questioned whether her relationship-centric lyrics and her enormous popularity have come at the cost of truly groundbreaking music. Where are the famous songs? Tennant asked, challenging the impact of Swift's catalog compared to classic pop hits, like Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. He added that Swift's hit Shake It Off might be popular, but, in his view, lacks the staying power of iconic 80s singles. Tennant's complaint reflects his larger concern that pop music has become formulaic and introspective, with a heavy focus on personal relationships and little of the imaginative storytelling or innovation that characterized 80s pop. Tennant further expanded on his belief that the 1980s was pop music's true golden era, with artists pushing the boundaries of what a pop song could be. During this time, bands like Culture Club, Tears for Fears, and the Pet Shop Boys themselves weren't just producing hits, they were defining an era, creating music that explored bold new sounds, visual aesthetics, and storytelling. In contrast, Tennant argued that by the 1990s, popular bands like Oasis had already started looking back, often emulating the Beatles rather than charting new paths. For Tennant, the music scene of today represents a continued decline, with new artists attending songwriting boot camps instead of organically developing a sound and approach of their own. He laments that music no longer has those miracle moments of melodic and lyrical innovation seen in Bowie's work, a stark departure from the experimental spirit of the 1980s. As Tennant and Lowe continue to celebrate their legacy, their reflections serve as a passionate call for music to once again push boundaries and captivate listeners with original, thought-provoking artistry. While today's popular artists may dominate the charts and fill arenas, Tennant hopes that pop music will eventually move beyond its current trends and return to a time when each new hit could surprise and inspire. The Pet Shop Boys' own journey, beginning in a small hi-fi shop and culminating in a groundbreaking career, reminds us that pop music has the potential to transcend the familiar and embrace the extraordinary, a reminder that, in Tennant's view, couldn't be more relevant today.